Welcome back to Vintage Story. So throughout the night I moved the storage vessel over here close to the cook pot, and I went ahead and crafted some spears, which I ran out of sticks, so I'll have to get another one for that, but we'll have some spears that we can throw. And I cooked some mushroom stew, got another one here, we'll leave that for now. And we'll carry some berries with me. So in the last episode, while I was editing it, I think I may have heard the sound of bees. So we're gonna go back over to that area and check that out, because it would be nice to get bee farms started this early. And then I think I will settle in this area. I think over here is a spot I might build a house at. I'm not sure yet. But let's get over here and see what this looks like. Oh yeah, and by the way, if we're going to where bees might be spawning, might as well collect all the flowers, because we will need them. Go ahead and grab all this cow parsley. Basically, as long as it says flower, which you can see it there, and then when you're hovering over it, you can see it up at the above, it says flower. As long as it says flower, that's all you're looking for. And it doesn't matter which flower, as long as they're flowers, that'll work. The reason why you need flowers for bees is it helps populate them. It helps populate them and get them swarming, so that way when you set down your own scab, it'll populate to yours. Yeah, I think right here would be nice for a good foundation for a house overlooking the lake. Maybe set it back up here, get some height advantage. But let's get over there and see if those really are bees. And we'll collect all the flowers along the way. And then the other goal that I really want to start is getting copper. Because I only got, I think, like 2 pieces of copper in one of the crates, or the reed chest, and I would really like to start moving more into the copper age. So I think after we check out the bees, we'll pick a spot that we haven't went, like maybe come back to the house and then do kind of a little swoop through here, picking up all the copper we can. Because while you can... Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, this eagle fern. That's not a flower. So you can burn those, but anyway, I could pan for copper, which could take days to get, or even a few minutes, but I don't really want to sit there panning forever unless I absolutely have to, so we will go try to find as much surface copper as we can. And I think there's a flower biome over here. This is another cave. Yep. Check out a little bit of it. And dead end. Slate rocks. Get some more of these flowers. Might as well get these fish while they're just easy prey right here. See what we got in here. raw fish. And then when the animals are harvested, you can break this for bones. And then some tools you can actually use bones instead of sticks. So spears you can't. I know you can do like knives and axes. So you don't always have to have sticks for handles. And that gave us nothing. Let's get another bone. More cow parsley. Slate stones. And there are some of these stones that you can, so slate you can't, but some other stones can be knapped, not just flint. The durability will be different on them. So 29. Let's just stick with that for right now, and then see if I was even right that there are bees there, because I'm pretty sure I heard bees, but let's just get over there just to actually make sure. Oh yeah, might as well get some of these too. Red top grass. We'll come back if we need them. More carrots. I'll let these grow up a little bit more, but I will go ahead and mark them on the map. I probably should be grabbing as many of these reeds as I can. And then, so somebody commented that I'm not using the tools enough, which that is true. I got into kind of a bad habit with the other block game that if it only takes a couple seconds to break something and I can do it by hand, then I usually won't use the tools. So I kind of need to get out of that mindset, because while you can break stuff with your hands in this game, the tools are supposed to be used way more. So let's go ahead and make another axe. And then once I get to where I'm making things like shears, then I don't have to worry about using the axe all the time on those plants. Go ahead and get this third sphere crafted. And then spears, you can use them just like normal, or you can throw them. So if you notice, the one stayed on my hotbar, but I threw these two from my inventory. So it's kind of like an ammunition system, where as long as you have some, it'll allow you to throw it. we'll need hides to make leather. Probably just eat these berries. Yeah, get rid of that. And we'll take this. More bones. Now I probably don't need these rocks right now, so we'll just set them down. Yeah, and that's another thing I love. So I'm walking and I'm able to do things in the inventory at the same time. So you don't have to stop every time you open the inventory and want to do something in it. Yeah, some of this area I haven't really explored all of it, so definitely on the lookout for bears and wolves. Do I even have room? Yeah, we'll pick them up. More mushrooms. These are pretty much what I've just been cooking for right now. What do we got here? Turnips. These ones we'll take. We can just throw out the bones for now. I want the seeds. Yeah, it's almost like I can hear. Yep, I can hear the rift. Just eat these berries. Hey. Another thing you don't want to do is stand in a rift for too long. That gear in the center will start dropping, and if you notice the world changed, it'll start having the other dimension bleed over. And you probably caught a glimpse of Dave. He's a giant, like, giraffe that stalks the land. He doesn't really do anything or have any interaction, at least not yet. But you'll definitely see him walking around. But it'll start summoning the drifters around you, and you'll start going more insane, and you definitely don't want that. So I think we're almost to the spot that I think I heard the bee is at. Another rift. And sometimes those will just spawn normally throughout the day and then despawn. I like all these high bushes everywhere. Can't really see the what's around you. And then if we do have bees over here, I'll probably end up cutting some more trees to make some fencing. Keep the raccoons out. And I also probably want to start getting some basic armor. So there it is. I can hear him. Now just to locate them. There. And you can see these little particles coming out, but there's the beehive. So what you want is, after you locate it, you don't want to break that. You can get honey out of it, but I wouldn't really break it. But we're gonna set our skep down, and then just plant flowers everywhere. Set it over there. Don't need it. But if you look at it, it says nearby flowers are 0. So let's go ahead and set all these flowers down, which it will take some time to recognize that there's flowers nearby. But we're just gonna set all these nearby and then probably go get some more. You don't need like to put flowers all over the place, just as much as you can nearby to get them to swarm into your skep that you set down. So we'll give it a few seconds to update. So now it says it's 18 flowers nearby. Population is large, so we need more flowers to get this to start swarming. Depending on how many flowers you set up, it'll dictate how many days it'll take for this to swarm and repopulate yours. And you can set down more than one skep if you want. You could bring over a bunch and then wait for them all to swarm into it. But let's go get more flowers, which there's some right here. And then we'll need to get flowers for our beehive farm. So right now we could place it. We didn't need to really do that much to our inventory, but when we eventually come back to pick that up, we will need to take a basket out, because that's where you'll carry it. So you'll need to make sure that you can actually take a basket out that doesn't have anything in it, so that you can save a spot to carry the skep down here. But let's get more of these flowers, while also not running into any bears and wolves. And the one thing I did forget to do is mark that on my map. So let's do that first and place these flowers while we got them. Because I don't want to have to come back and not be able to find them. Yeah, sometimes when your character takes damage, it kind of scares you, like, what the hell, what happened? But we just fell a little distance. And it's over here. So we'll mark this. And we'll pin it, so that way we know where it's at. Get all this eagle fern that doesn't do shit out of the way. Which we can use it for firewood. And it's still not large enough to swarm. So a reason why you want bees is not just for the honey. The honey you can use to seal things, along with using it for making jam to preserve fruit longer. But the biggest reason why you want bees is to make beeswax that can be used to make lanterns. And then it's nice if you can get them early on, so that way you can farm more of them quicker. Because it does take a little bit once you bring them back to make your own beehive farm and have them populate all those. Oh yeah, and funny story, this isn't a bear right here, so I ended up placing this and then heading that way and exploring, and then as I'm coming back, I see this kind of in the bush, and there was a little piece of dirt floating on top. So from over here, I'm like, that's a fucking bear, and then I end up just running away, even though it's just dirt that I placed from the time before. So sometimes things in this game will just scare you more than other games because you don't want to just get mauled to death by a wild animal. This is some pretty cool world gen going on right there. More flowers. So yeah, we'll probably just spend all of today getting flowers and putting around that beehive. And here we go, we got a native copper site, which I think I'm only just seeing the one. So I know before I said you can kind of just leave this here to mark it on the map, but another thing you can do, because you'll need the copper, is just kind of mark out where you found it, so that way when you come back, because what the surface copper means is that there's most likely copper under the surface. Probably not a big vein of it, but there's definitely copper here because you found some on the surface. So because I don't really have the inventory space, we're just going to mark that on the map for right now, plant these flowers, and then come back and pick that up. And it's only just the one, so sometimes you'll find a lot, sometimes you'll find just one or two of them. Okay, so it's been a little bit, but they finally populated and moved over into my skep that I have here on the hotbar. So now I can take that back to my house and set up a little beehive. And also I cut down a few of these oak, or not that one. Well, there were some oak logs over there. I cut down just a few because we will need that to make leather later on. That or acacia, but I'm probably pretty far away from a desert that'll have acacia in it. So we are going to get this beehive back home and set up a little beehive farm. Alright, I'm back. I got my populated skep. I surrounded this whole area in fencing to keep raccoons out. I even built another unpopulated skep that they'll move into. So now the only thing that's left is to fill this entire thing with flowers. So I'll get to that and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, and here's what the end product looks like. So you just fill all of this with flowers. You can even do a round. I didn't do all around it, but we already got some populating. So they will fill up in one, and then once it gets full, they'll move on to the next one. And then they'll just keep populating as they go along. And then once you see yellow here, you can break it to harvest the honey. But remember, if you break it, those bees are gone, so you always want to keep at least one here populated, and then just break the rest, replace them, and then let that one spread to the rest. And then that's pretty much how you do a bee farm. The other thing, just make sure when you break them, just they will attack you sometimes, so you can build a dummy, straw dummy to put out here that sometimes they'll go for that instead of you. They don't just automatically kill you, but they will damage you or livestock you have around. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode about the bees. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.